Transformers, it's not about it's about Shia LaBeouf.
The sound effects I noticed as well were just spot on.
Next level.
Absolutely.
I think I even said like really out loud because I didn't know the screen was gonna like cut out sound, and out loud I was like, what the F? Hey guys, welcome to Geek the Movies. We are back. It's been not a long summer, but
Been a long hot summer.
The last movie we did was Deadpool and Wolverine, which was pretty spectacular. We still have that review up if you guys want to check it out. So we're doing Transformers 1. Now, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I said nope, because it looked horrible.
Where's Optimus Prime?
The filthy red and blue bot? Yeah. Gives off a corroded metallic stench.
Okay, corroded, that is too far.
And because I've been disappointed with like the other Transformer movies, Bayhem Transformers, more than anything else. I did like Bumblebee, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this movie a chance, even though the trailers don't look promising at all. I called these guys up, and I just said, you know what? This could be like one of the worst movies ever, which will make the review just really funny, because we'll just trash talk it the whole time, like I did all the other Michael Bay films. And surprisingly, this is easily my favorite Transformers movie. Now, just a caveat, this has kind of been the Transformers movie that I've been looking for since the beginning when they announced the Transformers movies, which is like more about the robots, like Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, list goes on, all those guys. And one thing that I really appreciate about this movie, and I did see the director, he directed Toy Story 4, I forgot his name, but Toy Story 4 was really great. But I grew up watching Transformers. I want to make a Transformers movie, leave Pixar and to come here, and they were like, well, we weren't really thinking of making a Transformers movie that's animated. But then he said, like, we want to try something different, like the Spider-Verse, like do something unique, a very different style than what we're used to. And I was like, okay, I don't know if that'll work. Like the Puss in Boots 2 director said that too about their film, and that turned out to be great. But I'm like, I don't know how I'm feeling about the animation in the Transformers movie, but okay, sure, why not? Let's go with it. Now I walked in, and from the first scene, it's like color explosion and very unique style. And I loved, and this is in the trailers, but just in case you want to even hear what's in the trailers, in case you didn't watch it, you guys can skip ahead. But I love that Megatron and Optimus Prime were good friends. They had each other's back. And then as the movie went along, I'm like, oh no, holy crap, we know what's coming. They're gonna end up becoming nemesis, right? Like they become the main villain, like their story is very much clashing. I'm like, oh, I really like them as friends though. But thankfully, as the movie progressed, they didn't just give them. One of the things that I didn't like about the live action Transformers movies, they don't humanize them. They treat them still like background characters. Isn't that weird? Even though the movies are called Transformers, it's not about it's about Shia LaBeouf and his hot girlfriend every movie.
True.
Or Mark Wahlberg and his daughter who wants to date a guy, right? Like it's about that actress during Bumblebee, right?
Very much.
It's never about, like, they never humanize. And this movie was just not good because the animation was great and like the story was great. It was good because they were human characters going through. They're not humans, but they're like sentinel beings, right? They have soul.
Have souls,
they have like, I don't know how to describe it. They have a purpose. They have their own ideologies, their own dreams and visions, and they have things that matters to them, and how it relates to each other and the characters around them and the people, the beings around them. I don't know. I thought that was just so brilliant. I was like, I don't even care. This could have been called like a movie about anything else, and it would still be great, even if you didn't call it Transformers. If it was just a human characters doing human character stuff, it still would have worked. On paper, that's how you do it, Hollywood. That's how you make movies. You take characters, you build a story. You take the characters with the story and give them purpose. Then you say, how does it relate to the other characters in the movie? And then you add in special effects and mythology and fantasy and sci-fi or whatever you're creating. Pixar's been doing this for 20 plus years, but I feel like other animation studios still haven't caught on, or other Hollywood studios still haven't really caught on to that. And now I feel like I can officially say this is the best, 100%, one of the greatest Transformers movies ever made. If you like the Shia LaBeouf ones, you'll probably love this. If you liked all the other ones, you'll probably love this. If you hated all the other Transformers movies, guess what? You'll probably love this, and you should go see it. That's my review. We're gonna give it the golden pop. Well, I'm gonna give it my standing in the top 3 movie. This has now beat. Okay, so 1 is still Dune. Dune is right up there. Like that's where Dune's gonna stay. And right below Dune is going to be Transformers 1. And now Inside Out Part 2 is going to drop to 3.
Whoa.
And Deadpool after that. So, yeah, sorry. I love the other 3 movies more. I can't help it. I'm just going to go ahead and say one of the best movies made. It's not just a good Transformers movie. It's not just a good animated movie. This is just a great movie. Brandon, I'm going to throw it over to you, who's our special guest. I grabbed him, I just basically kidnapped him, and I said, you're watching this movie with us, now you're doing a review. Here we are. So, Brennan, George will have you go last. Go.
Well, I second that. It is hard to follow that. I am stunned by this movie. It was great all on its own. It didn't need to be in the Transformers universe, but the fact that they chose to do this kind of thing with that was exactly what I needed. It brought out the inner kid. I think maybe we can all agree. I think so many people in that theater, the kids and the parents and other adults, were just like, inner kid, boom. It was so great.
It took us all back. Like I
think the Easter eggs were my favorite part. Each character had their own
you
Easter
have no
egg.
Power.
Like
you have no power.
Like Keegan Michael Key with AA-tron.
Yeah.
Come on, that was a throwback to
AA-ron. Oh, the swear word.
AA-ron.
I didn't even catch that. That's good.
ScarJo chasing the arachnid.
Yeah.
She was Black Widow.
Yeah.
Thor with spinning Mjolnir.
Oh my gosh.
There were so many Easter eggs that I think.
How did you catch all that?
Because I was in love with this movie, and that I'm no Siskel or Ebert. I can be an easygoing movie lover here.
Well, we're getting more reviews out of Brennan from now.
I was blown away.
I did not catch.
There was probably more.
There's probably more, but
need to rewatch this movie.
George, what is your review of Transformers 1?
Well, I was skeptical about this because I have not watched the cartoons or anything, and they were very much in the style of the cartoons. So I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. I don't know how I'll be able to stomach this.
Yeah.
Because I was used to the Shia LaBeouf movies.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved the Shia LaBeouf movies. The first 2 to 3, I think.
I think there's 3 of them with Shia
There are 3 with him. I wasn't so much like the further it got in the series, the worse it was. And so I was like, yeah. So anyways, though, this movie, absolutely awesome. I was interested in the backstory of, like, you know, Cybertron and everything like that. And this, it finally filled in all the gaps.
Yeah, like, and in spades, too. Like, even the characters and, like, how they became who they are.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
absolutely. Because, like, you know, a lot of the things weren't completely clear. It was just like, oh, this person's good, that person's bad kind of thing. And didn't explain why, really. Yeah, this was absolutely awesome, and phenomenal animation. The sound effects, I noticed as well, were just spot on,
next level,
absolutely perfect. Yeah, it was extremely colorful. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing really original that I can think of to say about this movie.
What I liked about it, and one of the things that I didn't say, was the cinematography when they first enter the surface world, all the way into the cave. That's not spoilers. Not missing too much, but they enter the surface world. That's all I'm saying. The way they designed the world and the sunset while they were on the train was really gorgeous. And what I also really loved was each of their, like, when you got to see the original heroes of Cybertron, from like hundreds of thousands of years ago, whenever it happened. Really cool how they showed it in that like that. It's not a video. It's like he's playing like a replay of what happened hundreds or thousands of years ago, whatever it was. But the way they did it and how they encompassed the colors and
I noticed
the
that too.
yeah, like it was like really beautiful. Like
the CGI was next level.
yeah, like they should at least be pulling for best animated feature at the Oscars this
They
year.
got to be nominated for something.
Right.
Even the
Yeah.
sound editing. I thought.
Sound editing.
Why
yeah.
not? Do they do
acting.
animated sound editing? I don't.
I don't think they have a separate category.
I don't think they do either.
It would
but,
have to be just that good to be.
But the sound editing was really a big part of like what this movie was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how would you rate it? Golden popcorn for you?
I'm not sure if I would, simply because like it was a great story, but I don't know how original I feel like the story was. So because
Originally,
of that,
probably not, just because they're going
I mean,
from the
they're-
comics and the cartoon.
exactly.
But that's
Which
not
that
a bad thing
story's-
either. We just got to
No,
finally
no.
see it in a
Yeah.
very,
Yeah, but I normally rate on kind of a wow factor, since this one wasn't as much of a wow in that regard.
Okay, but you
'Cause,
would
like,
recommend it.
story is really important to me. Like the quality of a story is extremely important to me.
Mhm.
So this one, I guess I would still recommend to maybe watch in theaters, especially if you have kids. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're all giving it at least. Golden popcorn also means we're all giving
I'm
it
not giving it golden popcorn.
a positive review.
I
not
know
giving
you
it-
want it. I know you want it, but I'm not
but
giving
we're all
it.
giving it a positive, not best.
That's true.
I'm best. I'm saying
Yeah.
it's going to be in my top 3 because I grew up with the cartoons and the comics, and I used to draw.
Of the year,
Little-
right?
Oh yeah, top 3 for me
Not
of
all
the
time.
all time. No.
Oh, good.
Because it could be in my
But
top 10,
Top
maybe.
top movies of all time. It's just so hard to
Sure.
even pick
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. Like one day I'll be like Star Wars, the next day I'll be like Lord of the Rings, the next day I'll be like
This was
2001
reminiscent
Space
of Star
Odyssey.
Wars, too, a little bit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to say what is the best movie ever. Like Lawrence of Arabia.
Wow.
Lawrence of Arabia.
That would be a remake for you.
Yeah. Golden popcorn. So there's 2 categories of golden popcorn. One is top 10, which I'm the only one, it sounds like, who's gonna put this in their top 10. And then the other is
No, I would do that.
yeah. So there. Oh, Brennan also. Okay. Yeah. There we go. But golden popcorn is also just like all 3 of us recommended to go see it. That's a golden popcorn. Also, I should come up with the second category, like what's top 10 and what's go see it, because it's positive. But
I feel
It's
like
not
that's-
like a
later.
I
silver
feel like that's
popcorn,
a-
like
yeah,
the
that's what
Olympics
I
or
was gonna
something.
say.
Yeah. We never really thought about
Bronze
it. But now
popcorn.
That I,
Maybe think about it at home.
our expansion of movie reviewing has expanded over the years. But anyway, we're gonna go into our spoilers review now. If you don't care about spoilers or you've seen the movie, welcome. But we would suggest at least going to see the movie first before you stick around to the spoilers. This part. Okay, can I just say I knew that Sentinel was bad from the get-go. Like when you met him, like, oh, he's a politician. But I didn't know how bad. That was actually a little
Like
bit of a
the
shock.
antagonist.
Yeah, I thought he was just
Yeah.
gonna be like Incredibles, the first Incredibles. Like, what was the bad guy in the first Incredibles? He was like a kid who just really looked up
yeah.
to
The
superheroes,
rocket guy, I
but he
forgot
became a
his-
villain
yeah.
just because he got hurt. I thought it was gonna be something like that. I didn't think it was. I really thought it was gonna be the aliens that are, which there are aliens in the movie, and they do look like they have a bigger part to play, in overall like the Cybertron story. But on top of that, like I do feel like I didn't know how much his betrayal was gonna go, and how much I agreed with Megatron. Like all the way until the last scene, like the last 10 minutes, I was on Megatron. So I'm like that dude needs to be Megatron. You got this. They're all crazy. Let's go with your plan. Until the very end, where I'm like, oh, okay, you're going a little too. But again,
Was it
you can't.
before or
Can
after?
you really
Where he would
disagree?
betray
Was it before or
everyone.
after he shot Optimus Prime?
Right
That's my
around that
question.
time. Right when he kind of
How
took
stunning was
power
that, though?
and was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Forget authority. I am the authority. Everybody listen to me. Like Optimus tells him, he's like, don't be like Sentinel. This isn't. It's over. Like we won. We did our mission. Let's just quit it, right? And then Megatron's like, nah, I think I even said like really out loud because I didn't know the screen was gonna like cut out sound, and out loud I was like, "What the f?" And then George just looked at me. I'm like, I didn't know the sound was gonna go out when I
was
screamed
thinking,
at the
like-
top of my lungs.
I was like,
I know there's
thinking,
kids behind
there's kids
me.
in this movie.
I know,
Like,
but
oh my
how was I supposed to know? I didn't even think I was being that loud until like the sound just like after that scene
Let's-
completely.
Let's put it this way: in most movies, I normally am perfectly fine with like swearing out of excitement and stuff.
Yeah,
But I felt so bad because this is like a kids movie, so
no,
so I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
and the
We
biggest
just
issue
dropped
is
the f-bomb in a kids movie. This is like going to like a Pixar movie and just being like, "Oh my!" Like,
Yeah,
like just
F you, Joy.
What the F?
Exactly.
Buzz and Woody.
F your
like, what the-
anxiety.
Yeah.
F you, like Buzz Lightyear,
I
like
mean,
you know,
goodness.
or something. No, and like I'm
Composure.
telling you, like if the sound hadn't cut out, no kid behind me would have heard it. But right when that scene happens, if you're watching, and that happens, just quiet your voice down because it is very abrupt and fast. And when it happened, so right after a minute, I didn't even realize how loud I was. I'm like, what the F? And then it was just like, and then I was like, oh God, no. Because I know I heard kids laughing right behind me. And I was like, I can't look at them in the face. I can't do it while we're leaving. But that's my only issue, is that right after that scene. But it was cool, man. Like how the Allspark, the one Matrix, what is it called? Matrix.
The
The
Matrix.
Leader Matrix.
The Matrix of Leadership. Or
Yeah,
something.
Matrix of Leadership.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
It was a little bit.
It's
gimmicky, but
like I love
Yeah.
that scene where he's just falling and the whole planet just kind of opens up for him, and like the
So
sentient being kind of takes over, like the core of the planet, which is the first like transformer, whatever he was, the original. Like he kind of
the
just
original Prime. I
Yeah.
forgot
so,
his name,
so
but-
was the Matrix, the Leadership, and the Allspark basically supposed to be the same thing? Because like it would kind of make sense with
well, the
way that
Allspark is the blue liquid thing that you saw covering the planet at the end. That's
no, 'cause that was
that's their
But that
life
was
source.
Energon.
yeah, that was
That was
Energon.
energy. Oh, okay.
That was
well,
Energon. But like, so that made me think that the Matrix of Leadership was basically the Allspark, because if you think about like when the Allspark showed up in situations where leadership was shown,
right.
Okay.
like even with the other Transformer movies, the Shia LaBeouf ones.
Oh,
Like,
really?
he
I
had it.
don't remember.
He
those.
had like the particles from it, like it had disintegrated.
Okay.
He had the particles from it,
Yeah.
and then basically like he had like a vision of like the original primes, and they were like, because you showed leadership and trying to
Oh,
save
Optimus said
and
that to
everything.
Shia?
It wasn't Optimus. It was the original primes. Like he had a vision of the original primes
Talking to Shia LaBeouf.
before Prime,
LaBeouf.
before Optimus Prime.
LaBeouf.
Yes. They basically told him that basically because of his leadership they were gifting him this.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense. That
I feel like it's basically comparable.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what this movie was trying to go deeper into, like kind of give us the origin of that. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that might actually make the live action movies might a little bit better if you now know all the backstory. It'd be cool to like rewatch it after this and see if it
That's a
makes
good
it
idea.
better certain. All right, we've talked a long time. Did you guys have anything else to add? I just wanted to say a little bit about the spoilers. Did you guys have anything that we could talk about more, or did you have any comments, concerns, questions? I don't know. I want a sequel.
That would
I-
be
it's-
nice.
I
I
feel
No more
like the
live action?
style.
I feel like this was so set up for a sequel that like
It has. There has to be.
There has to be one.
Go see this movie.
Just
So we can get this
everything
sequel.
everything about the way that it was done, it was like, well, we know they come to Earth at some point.
Right.
So, and we know that their planet gets destroyed at some
Right.
point. So like there has to be a sequel.
Kind of like leading up. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Their planet got destroyed and they had to. That's
Yeah.
why they come to Earth. Oh man. Damn, that's really sad.
There's
I
more to
forgot about
come.
There better be.
that. I hope so. I mean, as long as it doesn't bomb. I mean, it made 40
This
million.
can't bomb.
I mean, it
It
could.
shouldn't.
It better not. Go watch the movie
Yes.
Yes.
twice.
Twice. And 3 times. Take your mom. Take your dad. Take your girlfriend. Take your dog. I don't know. Go see it. All right, guys. We will see you guys next time. What's our next review? The Wild Robot. Ooh, DreamWorks.
Oh.
I'm excited for that one. They did Puss in Boots, and they're going crazy with this one. They're like, we're purposely not showing you stuff in the trailers, so you can be blown away like Puss in Boots too. And I was just like, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
Because right now my thought is,
well, Puss in
but
Boots 2
the
was
trailer-
so phenomenal that
But
like
the trailers
I just,
were not that great. I was not excited to see Puss in
no,
Boots.
not
All right, guys. We're locking out. See you guys next time. We got Sonic 3. We got Wicked, which I still haven't seen the play, but
oh man.
Cannot wait.
I'm just gonna be going in as a person who's never seen the play. Stephanie's like, I saw New York City. I'm like, good for you. But
So did I.
good for you. Chelsea. Well, Brandon, I'm gonna keep kidnapping you at some point. Keep more watching movies because you
Maybe
did a
I'll be
great job.
back.
Yes, that'd be great. Well, thank you, man. All right, see you guys. Take care. Bye.